Japan, the land of the rising sun. But what caused this empire to transform from a centuries-old feudal system to one of the most industrialized countries in the modern world? We find out today in this episode of History for Dummies.
The first question to ask is, why did Japan, an empire ruled for centuries by the feudal system, suddenly decide to turn to the new technologies of the 19th century? The answer lies in the problems that the Tokugawa shogunate was facing in a world ruled by Europeans.
France, Britain, and the United States of America tried to extend their influence into Japan with varying amounts of success. America was successful in their effort, with Commodore Perry leveraging the large American Navy against Japan. The Tokugawa shogunate was forced to make many unequal treaties with the Americans, giving America lots of economic and diplomatic benefits.
Many of the powerful subjects under Tokugawa rule felt wronged by their willingness to compromise with America, fueling a rebellion that would bring about the final days of Tokugawa Japan.
The Bakumatsu period of Japan saw the fall of the Tokugawa shogunate, beginning with a political collapse from the opposing viewpoints to Commodore Perry's occupation of Japan. Some of the Nihonjin, the people of Japan, attacked foreigners at trading ports. Under foreign-controlled trade, Japan experienced major economic crisis due to inflation and unemployment, leading to the collapse of the old monetary system. The Japanese Empire responded with a last-ditch effort to expel the barbarians, the Sonojoi.
As a result, the imperialist occupants fired back, bombarding ports and fighting against rebellious forces. Through the battles, the Japanese elites learned how aged their technology was in relation to the industrialized forces. However, despite their efforts, Japan lost the war and the Tokugawa shogunate was over.
In its place, a new regime rose, launching the Meiji period.
The boy Emperor Mutsuhito led a reunited Japan, dedicated to a strong army and a rich country. The borders of Japan were open to the west, and many of the old methods of rule used by the Tokugawa shogunate were abolished. A new system of taxation was put in place, along with a centralized political order, acts that increased the ability of the government to control the empire and to fund projects. The government later issued a constitution, forming a cabinet and a prime minister position, and giving rights to the people.
The Meiji Restoration moved the capital from Kyoto to Tokyo.
However, undeniably, the largest impact of the Meiji regime was its policy towards industrialization. Rather than rejecting the West, as the Tokugawa administration had done, the Meiji embraced the growth of industry, a movement known as Fukoku Kyohei.
During the Meiji Restoration, Japan's economy was based on agriculture. It included farming, forestry, and fishing, along with other means of using Japan's natural resources. Top imports included silk, tea, and marine products. Silk was a very important part of the Japanese economy, as during the Meiji period, villages cultivated mulberries to rear silkworms, earning a good amount of income. Silk helped further industrialization by being a part of foreign exchange and giving the government more money to spend on industry. One of the Meiji Restoration's biggest changes came as Japan's cotton industry grew, since the import of textile products fell. Beginning in the 1890s, Japan began to export cotton yarn, and all at the same time, import cotton. Thus, the Meiji Restoration changed Japan from a country that harvested cotton to a nation that took cotton from other countries and made it into manufactured goods.
However, the Meiji Emperor did not manage to pass radical economic, social, and political reforms without facing anger from some of the populace.
The final act of resistance to the reforms of the Meiji government was the 1877 Satsuma Rebellion. The rebellion took place in the southern island of Kyushu. It was fueled by the dissatisfaction of the samurai with the direction of the new government. With an organized, powerful army, the Satsuma clan began its fight with the central government. Leading the Satsuma clan was Saigo Takamori, who ironically was a government official. Originally, as a member of government, Takamori had plans to conquer Korea, but was denied by officials Okubo Toshimichi and Kido Koin. Takamori went back to Kyushu, where he joined a samurai clan to fight the government army due to their rejection of his plan. The battle outcome was decisive, as the government had a stronger army. easily destroying the Satsuma clan. Takamori eventually committed ritual suicide, or seppuku, after being severely injured, following the samurai code.
The Meiji Restoration impacted other parts of Japanese life as well, including their religion. The Meiji government forcefully separated Shintoism and Buddhism, making Shintoism the official state religion. Shrines came under government control, and religion became a way to unite and control the people. Nationalism was a driving force in the Meiji Restoration and was helped by the rise of state Shintoism. The Constitution of Japan gave religious freedom to the people, so by law, the government could not force anyone to adhere to any faith. While the Meiji Restoration limited some aspects of religion, it notably allowed free practice of Christianity. This was a way to get closer to the current industrialized countries, which were dominantly Christian.
The Meiji Restoration had long-lasting impacts, reaching far from the reign of the original boy emperor. Japan's transition from a lowly country without much diplomatic weight in international interactions is radically different to Japan's modern-day status as a world power. Meiji rule was the regime that set Japan on the path to the top, a path that it continues to walk today. Many of the original Japanese policies are continued today as well, including constitutional government and religious freedom. Industry was the way of the future, and the Meiji Restoration helped Japan become it.